Holy cannoli, things are getting wild as a lot of people expect this scene to unfold shortly from now. Will James Comey be actually arrested for his cryptic threat against Donald Trump? Well, that, of course, is something that we're going to be discussing in this particular video, as well as the huge amounts of political bias by the former disgraced FBI director that now the new FBI director, along with Pam Bondi and the Secret Service, are looking at a little bit more here than usual, as there's a rabbit hole to uncover here, not just with this cryptic message, as some people are suggesting this could be a ploy, this could be a plot to try to entice Donald Trump to go after him. What's really going on here? Is there some 4D chess going on here? Well, let's discuss it in this particular video. As of course, the term 86 now is being interpreted in many different ways, especially after James Comey tweeted a picture of seashells on the beach that represented this statement. The term actually goes all the way back to the 1930s with soda counter slang, and slang used in hospitals, in the military, to mean throw away, to get rid of, to refuse service, and to, quote, eliminate. And, saying something like 86-47, especially with the temperature in the room being dialed so incredibly high politically, socially, as the President of the United States literally had people take shots at him. He came close towards meeting his maker. He almost lost his life, as there are deranged lunatics and crazy people on the left here that, of course, have taken significant action against him, his administration, his family members, have threatened them, and have seriously tried to end their existences. So maybe, even though this is a meme, this is a fake AI image, it's a representation meant to, of course, bring some lighthearted humor to this situation, but the situation cannot be understated, specifically with just the huge amounts of threats that are now encompassing our political theater to levels of grand proportion that really aren't nice to deal with. I mean, we deal with our own threats here as well here. They're not pleasant here, but I could only imagine what someone like Donald Trump faces as there's serious conversations about his life, his safety, about the maneuvers he makes, and the duds, the fakes that he has to pull out all the stops at to specifically try to evade all of the insane people out there that legitimately are trying to hurt him. Now, there's other people that are joining this call to, quote, 86-47, and that, of course, is the Krasensteins. Now, will the Krasensteins get a Secret Service visit, as Ed Krasenstein posted 86-47? As other people are posting memes and satirical images of this, I think Viva Fry made a good point here, saying these dumbasses are forgetting the precedent that they themselves set. Douglas Mackey got convicted for a meme. He did. A meme that the DOJ, the Biden administration, the FBI said, you know what, we're just going to go after you because of that meme here. And he was found guilty. There's people who went down for less in Trump's circle, in his orbit, in his administration, as we have seen the politicization of our justice system, and now making these types of comments, even though they're in bad taste here, Donald Trump has the foreground to act. Now, will he act? Will he actually do something about this? Well, let's talk about all the actions that are happening right now, because some people are saying, this is really nothing. This is something bigger than it actually is. Some people are saying this is huge. Some people are saying it's a big frickin' deal here. And I want to take a more of an honest perspective and look at this, as it looks like James Comey posted it. And then after posting it, kind of released a message saying, what does it mean? I don't know at all. Oh, I had no idea. As the FBI director then went on his social media accounts and posted a statement saying, quote, I posted earlier a picture of some shells I saw today on a beach walk, which I assumed were a political message. I didn't realize some folks associate those numbers with violence. It never occurred to me, but I oppose violence of any kind, so I took the post down. Now, that's not the reaction that a lot of people in Trump's circles are having here, as we have the FBI director, Kash Patel, saying, quote, "We are aware of Comey's tweet and we're assisting Secret Service." Quote, "We are aware of the recent social media post by former FBI Director James Comey directed at President Trump. We are in communication with the Secret Service and Director Curran. Primary jurisdiction is with Secret Service on these matters, and we, the FBI, will provide all necessary support here." Now, what's going to happen after this message was posted on social media, as we have Secretary Kristi Noem coming out saying, "Disgraced former FBI Director James Comey just called for the assassination of POTUS. DHS and Secret Service is investigating this threat and will respond appropriately." Now, some people are saying he didn't call for the assassination, but again, this is a situation ripe for misunderstanding, and it's pretty clear that there's some level and element of threat here. Threat that, of course, could be interpreted pretty severely by this Trump administration that could treat this as a very kind of severe situation, as I would say that might be a trap that they're led on into. And I'll tell you why in a little bit, since I think there are legitimate things to investigate and go after people for and to hold them accountable, as a lot of people are expecting some arrests. A lot of rumors are coming out saying that the arrests are going to be happening this summer. Will they be? Let's take a look at that and explore some of the theories here of what people are saying. But before doing all that, we wanted to tell you about LukeUnfiltered.com. We're going to be doing some in real life meetups and hangouts. You could meet me. You could hang out with me. We're probably going to be doing another cigar night in Las Vegas. And when we do, only members of LukeUnfiltered.com will be able to come out. It was really fun doing it last time. Atlas sometimes comes out to some of these meetings, right, Atlas? Get over here. Yes, you do. What are you struggling to come up here? What's wrong with you? The more you guys subscribe, the more treats she gets. She heard that word. She's already like, what? I get treats? Yes, you do. You're a special dog. All right, come on. Let's go. On the couch. Thank you very much. Oh, look. A person actually subscribed for 20 cents. Here you go. Boom. We exploit her for views here. She's great and awesome. And she comes out to most of the meetups. I don't know if she's going to be at the Las Vegas one, though. We're going to do another. But at the Las Vegas one, we're going to be at the Bitcoin conference. Use promo code WRC if you're trying to get Bitcoin tickets. The Bitcoin conference is going to have some big names there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Promo code WRC, 10% off your tickets. And then we're going over to PorkFest, and we're going to probably do a meetup or a nature hike there like we did last year. Promo code Simon plus Luke for 10% off of those tickets at PorkFest. So come out. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's about building a community. Just make sure when you sign up to LukeUnfiltered.com, you check your spam box, because Google sends our login credential emails to your spam for some reason. 13 plus years of videos about helping you improve, become the best, strongest, most amazing version of yourself. 3 masterclasses and a forum to talk to me directly. I still haven't forgot. I'm going to message you guys and respond to all of your messages soon here. Now, some people are saying this is not a big deal. Don't worry. I would say I'm somewhere in the middle here, because again, we could be dealing with kind of a situation where James Comey wants to push Donald Trump's hands. He wants to provoke. He wants to, of course, create a situation where they're like, oh, I got taken down for seashells. Oh, no. There's legitimate things that a lot of big democratically aligned people did that they should be held responsible for. There's a lot of people that should go down for horrible crimes. Should you go down for something that could be interpreted in many different ways? I would say, listen, I would say no. But that doesn't mean you should not investigate him, especially for all of the heavily politicized things he did when he was the FBI director, specifically with the Russian collusion hoax and nonsense, specifically with going after a lot of people because of their political thoughts and expressions and beliefs. Yeah, that stuff you go after him for. There are legitimate crimes that he committed. Posting seashells, I mean, the left is just going to run with it. The world community is kind of going to look at this and be like, Listen, I just don't think it's there. That's just me. If you think I'm wrong, let me know. But the Secret Service said that they are vigorously investigating anything that can be taken as a potential threat against our protectees. And the Secret Service released a statement saying, we are aware of the social media post by the former FBI director, and we take rhetoric like this very seriously. Beyond that, we do not comment on protective intelligence matters. This, as we had some very interesting comments from Tulsi Gabbard, who's a part of Donald Trump's administration, and she came out and she's saying, no, he actually should be arrested. This is her argument, saying, quote, that he absolutely knew what the term 86 actually meant.
Their view on these calls to assassinate President Trump, and over 55% of respondents felt that murdering President Trump would be, quote unquote, somewhat justified. This is the effect of people like James Comey doing this kind of stuff. This study also pointed out that there is a quote unquote assassination culture that is starting to take over the views of what they call the extreme left. We, the American people, cannot take this lightly, whatever your...
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with her. There is a political temperature in the room that is too high, too insane. People are crazy. People have lost their minds. People are actively trying to assassinate Donald Trump, yes. But posting something that maybe not could be interpreted, you can't put the two together. I understand it's bad optics. I understand it's disgraceful, it's disrespectful, it's pretty nasty for James Comey to do this, but at the same time, he hasn't blatantly said it, and I think that matters.
Politics, we cannot allow people to get by without being held accountable for this kind of public call to assassinate the President of the United States.
Do you believe that Comey is goading you guys to come after him?
That's what I thought too. And this is a good question by the Fox News anchor here that is going along the same lines of what I'm thinking here. The conversation continues, and Tulsi Gabbard said no to that. But then later on in the interview, I found this part very interesting to what she had to say about this entire matter.
Claims to have given his life for and stands by the rule of law. Fantastic. The rule of law says people like him who issue direct threats against the President of the United States, essentially issuing a call to assassinate him, must be held accountable under the law.
Do you believe Comey should be in jail?
I do. Any other person with the position of influence that he has, people who take very seriously what a guy of his stature, his experience, and what the propaganda media has built him up to be, I'm very concerned for the president's life. We've already seen assassination attempts.
Yeah, I agree with that notion here. Now, will I cry tears over James Comey being arrested here? No. Do I think there's way bigger things to arrest him for? Yes. And I think that's my biggest kind of disagreement here. As the Speaker of the House came out and said Comey is either threatening Trump or suggesting someone should. And this is the kind of gray lines. We're in the gray line period. And this administration, when they're acting, they can't act within the gray zone. It needs to be black and white. Yes, he actually colluded and lied with the Democrats in order to push on the Russian collusion narrative. That right there undermined our democracy, undermined Trump's first term, created a situation where people were being arrested left and right in his administration, getting kicked out. Their levels of paranoia, the level of spying, having Donald Trump be as viciously attacked by the FBI and the Justice Department, even under his own rule, is absolutely freaking crazy over here. Now, again, we're in a gray zone. If we're going to see some direct actions and some political arrests, I don't want to be in a gray zone. We don't need to be in a gray zone. We have already a lot of black and white. We have a lot of already clear, simple, proven actions by these people that acted above the law, violated the rules, violated the regulations, committed acts of treason. Okay, we already have that. All right? Clear actions. Let's go after that. Not something that's in the gray zone here. And again, Comey, he's a leaker, he's a liar, he's a fraudster. 100%, I agree. And then we have more memes videos of him like this.
The FBI is fighting a fire of racist violence. And with words like that, the president is using a fire hose to spray gasoline on that fire. Spraying gasoline with a fire hose, it creates a dangerous blaze for all of us, not just people of color, but for every community in America that has these thugs and criminals have a presence there ought to worry about this. And the president of the United States should be charged with tamping it down, not letting it free.
Yeah, again, insane leftist liberal policies here. His daughter, by the way, is the same daughter that is overseeing and oversaw the Jeffrey Epstein case, the Ghislaine Maxwell case. She's seeing over the Diddy case. She's a part of the DOJ. I agree with Brianna Morello here when she says she needs to be fired. As of course, James Comey also has some very interesting accusations against him for being a part of the criminal cover-up operation that was happening under Epstein, as the FBI knowingly was kicking out victims, ignoring them, ignoring what Epstein was doing, and in my opinion, aiding and abetting Jeffrey Epstein when it came to all the horrible things that they were committing, as of course the FBI was literally sitting on their hands here and helping out this big type of child predator out there, as other people are saying that James Comey was way more involved than a lot of people think. The quartering here has the kind of similar sentiment that I have, saying, I don't think you can arrest Comey for his 86 Trump post, but I do think it's laughable. He played dumb like he just thought it was some cute rocks. I wouldn't hate a deep dive into his history, though. Yep, absolutely. And once you do a little bit of a deep dive in there, then you could see, you could prosecute him for some illegal, over-the-top, lawfare type of actions that he committed when he was in political office here. As Michael Flynn came out and said the FBI director, James Comey, tried to take his life judiciously through, of course, lawfare that he implemented in very, very destructive, nasty ways against individuals like Michael Flynn. And again, I know Michael Flynn. The guy, again, has been through a lot. Why? Because the deep state, the intelligentsia, was pissed off that he released how the deep state and intelligentsia were financing radical jihadis. And when he was working under Barack Obama, he blew the whistle on Barack Obama supporting, aiding, and abetting ISIS. And then they said, you know what, we're going to make sure we hit back at you because you humiliated us. You got rid of our main operation in Syria. You made it difficult for us. You postponed the timeline of us overthrowing Bashar al-Assad. Jail.
And, you know, and what they should have done was they should have killed me there, Jim. And I know that they considered it. And so by not doing that, they picked the wrong family to mess with. And I'm going to tell you, we are so tied into the government, particularly the government right now.
You said that James Comey should have killed you. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I mean it. I mean, these people, I know that they talk about these things. So there's a group of people that talk, they discuss this because it's like, what do we want to do? We can destroy this guy. And then all of a sudden I start to fight back. We started to fight back, and I completely changed my whole I changed my legal team. I changed our strategy, huge gamble. And we started to fight back. And when we did, we started winning. And then we eventually won. And I know that there are conversations, and primarily outside of the government, that says, what do we want to do about a guy like Flynn? What do they want to do about a guy like Trump? They tried to kill him.
Yeah, and let's be honest, this type of political lawfare is absolutely freaking crazy. Now, again, there's a lot of people coming forward and saying there's a lot of dirt on James Comey. There's a lot of accusations about him committing treason, him destroying and violating the American Constitution, specifically what happened to Michael Flynn, just being one of many people that were affected here. As, again, there was also an unofficial honeypot operation that was probed into from James Comey. And again, there's a lot to unravel here. There's a lot to uncover here. Again, this guy, very political. His statements were not representative of majority of law enforcement. He shilled for Harris. He shilled for Biden. And he was telling people and encouraging people to vote for the leftist liberal Democrats. And again, clearly, the guy isn't happy with Donald Trump. And I would argue has used his position of power in order to, of course, benefit his political cause rather than, of course, enforce any type of law and order. Now, how do you navigate law and order? You got to navigate it in a clear path. You can't be operating in gray zones and saying, some people did this, so we're going to tie him to this, so we're going to get him this way. I think you need more. I'm sorry. That's just my perspective. If you think I'm wrong, let me know why down in the comment section below. I can't thank you guys enough for signing up to lookandfilter.com. It means a lot to me, and it means a lot to Atlas, who, of course, is patiently here waiting with me. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Sign up right now, son of a gun. Lookandfilter.com. Thank you, Atlas. I appreciate you very much. She needed a little bit more attention. Atlas, can you speak? Yes. Yeah, good job. All right, Couch. Thank you very much. Subscribe. The more you subscribe to lookandfilter.com, more treats. Atlas gets more treats? You want Atlas to have more treats? Other side, Atlas. Other side, please. No, I didn't say later. I said other side. Thank you. Thank you very much. Subscribe. Click the notification button. Subscribe to lookandfilter.com. Stay tuned for more here on this YouTube channel. Love you guys.